So this is the lateral deadlift. You're going to take a nice wide stance, much wider than hip width. Toes are going to be turned out. I want your toes and your kneecaps pointing the same direction. We're going to hold one weight. If I'm going to hold this weight in my left hand, I'm going to keep my right hand down here as well. Try to keep them symmetrical so I keep my shoulders squared up. And I'm going to sit back into my right hip, drive through my heel, stand myself back up. Shift my weight into that right hip, really drive it back. Weight stays here on the heel. Push through that heel, stand yourself back up. While you're doing this, coming into this hip, I want this leg straight and this foot to remain flat. So we're here, push through that heel, come back up. And we do the same thing on the other side. Hold it here, keep the core braced, try to keep the shoulders square, sit back into the hips, drive through the heel, stand yourself back up. What's happening here with this exercise is if I'm holding the weight in this shoulder, driving into this hip, then this left glute hamstring up into my lat and the upper back on the right hand side. So here down to here are all part of the chain, and because I'm working these two areas here, everything through here that connects the two have to work as well. So it kind of fits into that whole training your X thought process. And so just make sure you do both of those. You do both sides with it each time through, and essentially treat this as if it is a deadlift motion. So when we were to do a sumo stance deadlift, sitting back into the hips, so your back is nice and straight, standing up with our barbell or standing up with our weight. The motion itself, as far as the hips go, is still going to be very similar, even though I'm moving into this hip as I'm coming down. Okay, so effectively it just allows us to hinge into one hip a little bit more than the other.